dogs are mammals, they're humans, or no, they're not human. Dogs can't talk. So do they have brains?
Okay, my name is Trisha Paytas, and I'm best known for making YouTube videos, I guess. My first video was January 4th, 2007, so it's like 15 and a half years ago. And I was 18, I'm 34 now, and I don't know, it's just a really easy way to embed videos on MySpace was YouTube, so that's kind of how I got started. My first, like 50 videos were all about Quentin Tarantino, actually. I moved to LA because I really wanted to meet him, and I thought, like, oh, maybe he'll like notice me on YouTube or something. And it kind of worked. I got to meet him within like 3 months of posting videos. So it kind of worked. I love Quentin, and he's always been, still to this day, the nicest celebrity I've ever met. Like, I love him so much. So I'm obsessed with him, and I was obsessed with him then. I'm obsessed with him now, but I've grown up a little bit. Back then I just was like really obsessed, but now I'm like, okay, I have other priorities. I met him a lot when I was young, like 18 to 21. I would go to like all the fan signings, everything. And it was actually Eli Roth who like saw one of my videos, and he's like, oh, if you come here at this time, like I can introduce you to Quentin. And so he invited me to some like movie screening thing, and I met Quentin at his own movie theater, and I met both of them there, and it was really cool. And it was like the power of the internet. I was only 18 and I was just fresh from Illinois, so I was like, wow, the internet's really powerful, you know? So that was really early on. That was like, you know, super, super early.
Today, I will be speaking 650 words per minute. I don't know if I'm gonna push this, but the world is
I think I had a fast talking one go viral. It had like 2 million views. And that's how I got on like Ellen and stuff like that.
What do you do?
I read.
Okay. So do I. Okay.
Stepping on a spider has to be the scariest thing in the world. Actually, you know what would be scarier if after putting on the one shoe, I recklessly put my foot in the other one and discovered that I was teaming with hundreds of spiders. All the babies were in there. A whole, let's see, it's a goose geese, school of fish. What is group of spiders called? Oh,
so I think that was the first viral. And then there was one called Do Dogs Have Brains?
Yeah, dogs are mammals. They're humans. Or no, they're not human. They're part of the animal kingdom that God created. I love you, Jesus. Dogs can't talk. So do they have brains?
And that was like on Tosh. That was like everywhere. That like was everywhere. And then I did one about Mitt Romney that got like 8 million, or no, that got like 2 million views. And then I remember it made me like $8,000. And like I got on like Larry King. I was on all these debates, the Young Turks. Like, so those were like my 3 first viral videos, and they were all very different. One made me a lot of money, one got me on a lot of TV shows, and one was just kind of like weird. I consider myself a reformed troll. I feel like it kind of pops back here and there a little bit. I like to like troll people a little bit, but yeah, definitely. Oh my God, I'd like to say I was like the biggest troll on the internet. Honestly, not a flex because it's like a bad reputation to have, but like I feel like I was like the ultimate troll. I see people try to troll these days, and like they just don't get it, you know?
Nothing can keep me from focusing on my duty, except for one thing: a crippling obsession with large breasts.
This is Nathan for you. Trisha.
You know what? He stayed in character the whole time. I didn't know who he was. I was the first season of Nathan for You I did. And I had just done Tim and Eric beforehand, and I didn't know who they were either. So I was on Tim and Eric, I think it was like season 5. And then the same people that casted that, they were like, oh, do you want to come do another show the next day? They didn't tell me anything about it. And I don't know. They literally were just like, oh, just wear your boobs out for this segment. And I was like, okay. So I did. And I met Nathan, but I didn't know who he was at the time. And he was just very odd, and it was as awkward as it looked on TV, especially at the end when I'm like meeting the guy and the whatever. And he never broke character. Like he just kind of like,
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know what to do. He's blocked me.
oh, well, it's so funny. Because it's just like, because I didn't have like lighting and stuff. And the only place, it was a really dark apartment. The only place I had lighting was my kitchen, which it wasn't good lighting, but it was like the only place I could film because my house, I used to be like a hoarder. I'm also like a reformed hoarder where I just had shit everywhere in my house. So it was the only place that didn't have like a hoarding mess behind me. And it was the only place with light. So usually when I'd have breakdowns, cause like I have borderline personality. So when I had like breakdowns that I couldn't control, like it would happen at nighttime usually. So when I'd go in a manic episode, it was nighttime. I didn't have lights and I was a hoarder. So I didn't want people to think I was a hoarder. So that's where it came. I just got this little section in the kitchen that I like. It was great. That was my filming spot for like 4 years.
I'm too tired trying to fill that void. Oh, do you need more?
Oh my God, this is so much fun because it's like memory lane, you know, because I get so much hate sometimes now you forget like how fun the internet was. Yeah, the shallow one, that was after like a breakup, and I honestly, it was just another troll video where I just felt kind of like the vein of Miranda sings. I guess the thing is like, I love to sing, and people would always tell me like, oh my God, you suck and stuff. But I genuinely think I'm like, oh, sometimes I'm a good singer, sometimes I'm not. So for that one, I was just like, well, if I'm like Miranda sings style, right? Like if I just go over the top and like have some good moments, maybe people will think, but again, that's like the power of the meme. Like you just like why that became a meme, I'm not really sure, because I'd done a lot of those videos before then. So that particular one, I don't know. I guess it was just like the right place, right time. And that song was really popular. 2019 was a rough year, I'm telling you. That was my breakup. I went to the mental hospital 3 times. It's when I started therapy. It's when I was diagnosed with borderline. It's a shallow tour. My Lamborghini was stolen. I went on drug binges. It was a crazy time. But the married one, that kind of came out of just, again, boredom. I think 2019 was my most bored year. And I just wanted to do anything for attention and just to distract myself, because I was just a lonely person for most of my life. So 2019 was my lonely year. I think with the Brad Pitt, oh, you know what it was? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It must have just came out that year. Once again, Quentin Tarantino. And I was like, when Inglourious Basterds came out, I had a Brad Pitt obsession. And then when Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out, I had another obsession with him. So it kind of like re-sparked my love for Brad Pitt. And then I heard he was single. And this is like how like seriously delusional I was like online. Like I literally thought like if he saw this, he might want to meet me and might want to date. I don't know. I just thought that was like a realistic thing. Like,
Buried with a donkey.
that is just, again, another really random one. Like there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's so weird. It was during quarantine. It was a costume I had for like OnlyFans, basically. I don't know if you had to blurb that out or whatever, OF or whatever. And I was doing an OnlyFans thing. And then I was like, well, I have this costume on. So I just did a bunch of TikToks on it. I have no idea why that one went viral to this day. I don't get it. I don't understand why people like it. And they'll bring it up. They remind me, oh, it's almost 2 years. It's almost 2 years. So then I was like, okay, I got to do a video because I forget.
Just do a quick little comb of your hair.
Another non-problematic thing. My husband started an ASMR channel, and I had one from 2018, and I just kind of abandoned it. And I used to like love doing ASMR. And my husband started one last year, and for his birthday, I got him like those 3DO microphones. And so he was doing his own thing on there, like with like sound things. And it started doing really well. I posted my first one back in January of this year, and I had like 47,000 subscribers on that channel that were dormant from like 2018. And now it's at like almost 300,000. Like it's crazy, and it's really positive, and I have fun doing them, and they're really relaxing for me. So it's been like my whole pregnancy is doing like ASMR videos, and I love it. Like who would have thought? I don't know. So that's kind of my other thing. That's been my like rebirth on YouTube this year is the ASMR channel. I love it. Honestly, I should only do those because that is making money on YouTube, and it's making people happy, and it's non-problematic, and I love it.
Where did you get this?
It was on the floor.
I'm calling immigration.
That's the era I feel everyone slept on. Like those are the ones I'm talking about. I'm going, those should have gone viral. Like I really thought those were going to be the big hit. Darman, of course, I have to like give credit to Darman. We started seeing his on TikTok, and I had no idea what they were. And I became so fascinated, obsessed with his videos. So I was trying to be a Darman knockoff and doing my own. And I loved them. They were so much fun, but they were a lot of work. Those were scripted. They were a lot of work. They were scripted. We hired like audio, camera, edit. Like it was a big thing. And for like, 30,000 views, I was like, hey, it doesn't really make sense. They were fun, but I was like paying all the stuff out of pocket. And so I was just like, okay, this is not really really working.
You're gonna bring a kid into the world where most of your watches are from people who hate you? You wanna bring your kid into a world, expose them to a world where you only mostly get negative comments?
As the parent of one of the most disliked people on the internet is now taking a lot of the hate that you get, they're just gonna get this hate that's passed down from the mom onto the baby.
But like main channel, I don't know what it is. We changed our vlog channel like jokingly to family channel, and everyone got so mad. And it's in no way was I ever thinking like, okay, baby's here, time to make her the star of all the videos. Like I'll definitely show her, but it's definitely not gonna be like, every video, like my daughter went to the hospital, like none of that stuff, that's like crazy. So I don't know, I guess I never really liked family channels that like seemed like people say like make their kids the focus, meaning like they'll prank them or they'll make them cry on purpose, or they'll do like stuff like that. I don't really watch any family channels, to be honest. I see stuff about it, but I don't really understand it. Obviously there's weirdos on the internet, but so that's a huge thing. People are like, oh, don't put your kid on the internet because I don't really judge people. I mean, I do think like some family vloggers like take it a little extreme, like when their thumbnails everything the baby, but I don't know. Again, I don't judge. Maybe that will be me. Who knows? Maybe this interview will bite me in the butt and people like, Trisha Paytas is a hypocrite. I don't know. I've had fun. I've had such a good career and I've always made really good money off like online things. So it's like, I would just say like, you know, do what you like, but also do what your audience likes. I think so many people are like, I'm just gonna make content for me. There's just so much. It is, they say it all the time, but it's true. It's just like so oversaturated. So it's like really hard now. So I guess, I don't know, try and be different. Like I said, I had to like troll and like get people to like hate me to get noticed. So I don't know if that's really the right route, but yeah, follow my ASMR is a big one. Trisha Paytas ASMR. My spicy content's on my Twitter. There's a link there. I won't say it. I have a family channel. I have a main channel. I have a TikTok, TrishLikeFish88, Instagram, Trisha Paytas Backup. I'm all over the place. And yeah, I don't really have anything to promote right now, but you know, there's a baby coming any day. So there's that. Subscribe to the family channel.